Star Wars Hunters has now been out for a couple of weeks, so I feel as though it's been plenty of time to really figure out more about what I love and what I would like to see come to this game regarding improvements and additional content. So that is what I'll be doing in the next couple of days. Today I'm going to be talking about 5 things that I love about Star Wars Hunters, and then tomorrow's video will be going over 5 additions and improvements that I'd like to see. But before I do get into all of this, make sure you are subscribed to the channel to stay fully up to date with all things Star Wars Hunters. As you can tell from the channel, I'm going seriously hard on content, so make sure you don't miss out on anything. Now these aren't in any particular order, but the first thing I wanted to discuss that I really like about this game is the fact that we are being introduced to new and original characters in the Star Wars franchise. Now don't get me wrong, I always love playing multiplayer games like the Battlefront series where you get to play as everyone iconic from the Star Wars universe, but with multiplayer Star Wars games, that's pretty much the only thing we've ever really had over the last few years, apart from Squadrons of course, but that sadly didn't get any content support beyond December, and Hunters likely should go on for quite a long time, so it's nice that we'll have all this time to hopefully learn plenty of information about all of the characters in the game, even the ones that have been in the game since it first soft launched 2.5 years ago, like Omara Vex for example, and Reeve. They are the two that we probably know the most about, especially Reeve from the book. But I just want to find out so much more about everyone and keep seeing all of these cool and exciting new characters come to the Star Wars franchise. Number 2 on the list is just how insane the cosmetics are, to be honest. I was able to experience a lot through the soft launch regarding the cosmetics like the arena passes and just seeing a bunch of the stuff that was coming into the store for the first time. And there was genuinely just so much incredible content that got released for pretty much every single hunter, and as I've probably spoken about plenty of times before, some of these skins are quite subtle in the referencing and sort of, I guess, little Easter eggs that they have within the skins, whereas plenty of other cosmetics are directly inspired by a particular thing from the franchise, like a character or a speeder or a starfighter. There are so many incredible references, and that's just for the costumes in itself. We of course have the weapon wraps, but even the stickers in the game as well, they have loads of really cool references to other things in Star Wars. So for this game, I've always been a huge cosmetics fan, and I'm very excited to see what's to come. Number 3 is just the overall lore of this game itself. The fact that Hunters of the Outer Rim is essentially a sporting TV show that is broadcast around the entire galaxy on an in-universe TV station called the Outer Rim Sports Network, or ORSN for short. With this game, they are genuinely telling a really interesting canon story to Star Wars, and it's something that we've pretty much never ever seen before. The pod race in episode 1 was probably the closest thing to that, and even the sort of lethal speeder bike racing in the Bad Batch season 2 as well, that was really cool, and that's kind of similar. You know, it's broadcast live, there's commentators, there's crowds there, and that's an area of Star Wars I've always been super interested in, so the game appeals to me on that level quite a lot, and I really hope we get a lot of supplementary media for this game as well, whether that's characters appearing in comics like Omara Vex or Reeve being a main character of a Hunter's book like we saw last year. I want to see loads of content like that for this game, and hopefully we won't have to wait too much longer to see more of them announced. Number 4 out of the 5 is just the fact that there is so much to actually grind for with this game. If you were completely new to the game at launch, then you would have all of the hunters to be able to actually grind for and unlock. All of those hunters then have a level system which you can grind, which does take quite a long time to get them to max level. There's also your player level to grind for, as well as tons of quests and limited time events popping up weekly. And then of course there is the arena pass with those weekly challenges. So there really is just so much stuff to actually do in the game, and you don't even really have to pay for anything with real money. If you want to get everything in the arena pass, then naturally you will have to pay a tenner for it. But even from a free-to-play perspective, you can get quite a lot of really good content out of it. So huge props to the team over at Zynga and Boss Alien for doing that with this game. Now, the final thing I want to talk about is simply just how much fun I've been having with the gameplay. I've been playing it for over 2.5 years now, like I said, when the soft launch released. And despite that, I still have so much fun playing it. Streaming it's been a lot of fun, making videos on it's been a blast. And seeing everyone fall in love with this game as well has just given me even more motivation to play it as well. So I can easily play this game for hours on end. So I just really can't wait to see what comes next for Star Wars Hunters. It's a game I'm hugely passionate about as a creator and as a fan of the franchise, so I just really want to see it do well and just have fun playing it. Now, I know I've gone over 5 things here, but I definitely think there's plenty more to love about this game, but these are my top 5 for sure. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below though, guys. Are you having fun with this game? And if you are, what are your favourite things about it? As I said at the start, tomorrow I'll be going over 5 additions and improvements that I'd like to see for this game. That is it from me today though. Thank you all very much for watching, and may the force be with you always.